Moving further with our chapter triangles, let's study some more criteria for congruence of triangles. In previous lectures, we already have studied two criteria for congruence of triangles, that is SAS congruence rule, that is side angle side congruence rule, and ASA congruence rule or AAS congruence rule. More criteria today we will learn in that is theorem 7.4, that is third criteria SSS congruence rule, that is side congruence rule. It states if three sides of one triangle are equal to three sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So, according to the statement of SSS congruence rule, it is given that the three sides of one triangle should be equal to the three sides of another triangle. Then both the triangles are congruent. For example, in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, you can see that two triangles ABC and triangle PQR are given in the figure. If AB equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, and CA equal to RP, then triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Means it is given condition three sides, that is AB equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, and CA equal to RP. Then triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Next criteria, that is theorem 7.5, that is RHS congruence rule. Full form of RHS is right angle hypotenuse side congruence rule. It states if in two right triangles the hypotenuse and one side of one triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and one side of the other triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So according to RHS congruence rule, if in two right angle triangles compulsory the hypotenuse and any one side of one triangle should be equal to the hypotenuse and any one side of other triangle, then both the triangles are congruent. For example, in right angled triangle PQR and triangle ABC, if PQ equal to AB, angle Q equal to angle B, and PR equal to AC. Let's see the figure. Means first it is given hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is nothing in a right angle triangle. The longest side is the hypotenuse. Yeah, you can say a slanting line is your hypotenuse. So here PR is equal to AC. Then one side it is given PQ equal to AB, and of course right angle, that is angle Q equal to angle B. These three conditions, so it is, that's why the full form of RHS is right angle, means one right angle should be equal, means right angle both will be equal only, hypotenuse should be equal, and any one side must be equal. Or another condition is also possible, in which again hypotenuse, right angle will be there, and you can, it may be possible that there may be another side also. Let's see this also in the figure. Now your hypotenuse, so it is compulsory. So our PR equal to AC. Your right angle is necessary, angle Q equal to angle B. And another side, that is QR equal to BC. So it is not necessary that fixed leg side should be there. In leg side there are two sides, so it may be any one of it. Then triangle PQR is congruent to triangle ABC. So in RHS congruence rule, compulsory, their hypotenuse should be equal. Your right angles, a natural thing, they will be equal only, and any one side between of the two triangles should be equal. Then both the triangles are said to be congruent. Let's see some examples based on C. Number 1. P is a point equidistant from two lines L and M intersecting at point A. See figure. Show that the line AP bisects the angle between them. For solution, first we write the given. Lines L and M intersect at point A. Another given is, let PB perpendicular to line L and PC perpendicular to line M. Also it is given that P is a point equidistant from lines L and M, therefore PB will be equal to PC. To prove line AP bisects the angle between them. Now the angle between them will, when the line is drawn, the angle between them will be PAB and PAC. So we have to prove angle PAB equal to angle PAC. First let's see the figure. Now according to the question, it is already given that line L, this is your line L and line M, they both intersect at point A. This is your point A. Now already we have taken PB perpendicular to L and PC perpendicular to M. And this point P is equidistant from line L and line M. So third thing we have given is that this PB will be equal to PC. This is given, and we have to prove that these two angles, that is angle PAB, this is your angle PAB, this angle, small one, equal to angle PAC. These two angles are equal. This we have to prove. Now for proof, in triangle PAB and triangle PAC, PB equal to PC, which is already given. Angle PBA equal to angle PCA equal to 90 degree. This is also given. How given? Because already it is given that PB is perpendicular to line L and PC is perpendicular to line M. And PA equal to PA, this is the common side between both the triangles. Let's once cross check in the figure. It is already given PB equal to PC. This line segment is common between both the triangles, that is PA and PA. And this angle, that is PB is perpendicular to line L, means it will make 90 degree. Similarly, PC is perpendicular to M, so it will also make 90 degree. So both are 90 degree. Therefore, triangle PAB congruent to triangle PAC by RHS congruence rule. You can see there is one right angle, hypotenuse is equal, and one of the side between both the triangle is equal. Therefore, triangle PAB is congruent to triangle PAC according to RHS congruence rule. Implies that angle PAB equal to angle PAC that is CPCT. Here you can see this will be the CPCT, angle PAB. This is your angle PAB equal to angle PAC. This is your CPCT, that is line AP intersects the angle between them. Hence proved. Next question, question number 2. In the given figures, two sides AB, BC and the median AD of triangle ABC are correspondingly equal to the sides PQ, QR and the median PM of triangle PQR. Prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. For solution, first we write the given. It is given that AD is median of triangle ABC and PM is median of triangle PQR. Also it is given that AB equal to PQ and BC equal to QR and both the medians, that is AD equal to PM. Medians are also given as equal. To prove triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Yes, here is the figure. You can see two triangles ABC and triangle PQR, where it is already given AB is equal to PQ. It is already, then it is given that another side, that is both the medians are equal, that is AB, AD equal to PM. And third given is it all there, that whole this BC, this whole line BC is equal to QR. These three things are given as equal. Median means it divides the opposite side of the given angle into two equal parts. For proof, in triangle ABD and triangle PQM, AB equal to PQ, that is already given. AD equal to PM, that is also given, that both the medians are equal. Now BD equal to QM. How BD is equal to QM? Because half, it is already given that another side BC equal to QR. We make half of both, that is half of BC equal to half of QR. Half of BC is nothing but BD and half of QR is nothing but QM. Why both half are this? Because AD is also median of triangle ABC and PM is median of triangle PQR. So median divides the opposite side into two equal parts. So half of BC we have taken as BD and half of QR we have taken as QM. Let's see in the figure. So we have selected triangle ABD. This is triangle ABD with triangle PQM. This is our triangle PQM. Already AB equal to PQ is given. Then AD equal to PM is also given. And third thing we have taken BD equal to QM, because half of BC is BD and half of QR is QM. And already it is given BC equal to QR. Therefore, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle PQM by SSS congruence rule. Here all the three sides of one triangle are equal to the three sides of another triangle. Therefore, according to SSS congruence rule, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle PQM. Now, angle B will be equal to angle D. This angle B will be equal to angle Q. This will be the CPCT. So we write, then angle B equal to angle Q by CPCT, that is corresponding part of congruent triangles. Now in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, we have AB equal to PQ, which is already given. Angle B equal to angle Q, this we have proved above, that is the CPCT, and BC equal to QR already given. Therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by SAS congruence rule. Let's see in the figure this congruency between these two triangles. Now in whole triangle ABC and triangle PQR, this is our whole triangle we have taken. Already it is given AB equal to PQ. Then we have proved by CPCT that angle B equal to angle Q, and this is also given that BC equal to QR. So according to SAS congruence rule, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Hence proved. Question number 3. In the given figure, BA is perpendicular to AC, DE is perpendicular to DF such that BA equal to DE and BF equal to EC. Show that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Let's see in the figure. What is given? It is given that BA is perpendicular to AC, means your angle A will be 90 degree. Similarly, DE is perpendicular to DF, so angle D will be 90 degree. And it is given in these both are perpendicular in such a way that BA is equal to DE and BF, this is your BF, equal to EC. This is given. And we have to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Let's write the given. For solution, first we write the given, that is BA perpendicular to AC, DE perpendicular to DF, such that BA equal to DE and BF equal to EC. It is not BC, it is EC. To prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, here it should come EC. Yes. Now for proof, already it is given that BF equal to EC. We add CF on both the sides, so we get BF plus CF is equal to EC plus CF. That is adding CF on both sides. So BF plus CF will become BC and EC plus CF will become EF. Let it be number 1. Let's see in the figure. Here, when we add BF and CF, this is your BF and this is your CF. BF and here CF starts. So this we will get BC. Similarly, when we add EC, this is your EC plus CF, then we will get EF. So we get BC equal to EF. Now in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, angle A equal to angle D equal to 90 degree. Since BA is perpendicular to AC and DE is perpendicular to DF. BC equal to EF, this we have proved ahead, that is from equation 1. BA equal to DE, this is already given. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by RHS congruence rule. Let's see in the figure. Now in triangle ABC, this is our triangle ABC and triangle DEF, these two triangles. already it is given BA equal to DE. This is given. Angle A equal to angle D. Both are 90 degree. As BA is perpendicular to AC and D is perpendicular to DF. And we have proved that BC is equal to EF. So, according to RHS congruence rule, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Hence, proved. Question number 4. In the given figure, AB and CD are perpendicular on BD. Also, AB equal to CD and AF equal to CE. Prove that BE equal to FD. Now, according to the question, let's first write in the solution the given. In triangle ABF and triangle CDE, AB is perpendicular to BD and CD is also perpendicular to BD. Further, AB equal to CD and AF equal to CE. Let's see. This is already given, AB equal to CD. Then AF, this is our AF equal to CE. This is also given. Further, it is given that AB is perpendicular to BD. So, you will get angle B as 90 degrees. Similarly, CD is perpendicular to BD. So, you will get angle D also 90 degrees. We have to prove B equal to FD. For proof, in triangle ABF and triangle CDE, AB equal to CD, that is already given. AF equal to CE, that is also given. And angle ABF equal to angle CDE equal to 90 degree, which is given. It is given in the form that AB is perpendicular to BD and CD is also perpendicular to BD. Therefore, triangle ABF is congruent to triangle CDE according to RHS congruence rule. So, proof, we have taken in triangle ABF. This is our triangle ABF. And in triangle CDE, we have taken two triangles ABF and CDE. First, already it is given AB equal to CD. This is given. Also, it is given that AF equal to CE and angle ABF equal to angle CDE equal to 90 degrees. Since AB is perpendicular to BD and CD is also perpendicular to BD. So, angle B and angle D both will be 90 degree. So, triangle ABF is congruent to triangle CD by RHS congruence rule. Implies that BF equal to ED. This is the CP-CT. It is corresponding part of the congruent triangles. Now, we subtract EF from both the sides of the equation, that is BF minus EF equal to ED minus EF. Implies that B equal to FD. Let's once see in the figure. So, it is already CP-CT we got BF equal to DE. Now, we are subtracting EF this part from both the sides. That is, we are removing EF from both the sides. So, here BF minus EF we will get only this part BE. This much part will be left. This much part will be left. And on right hand side, that is DE minus EF, means here we are subtracting here, so we will get DF here. So, we get BE equal to FD. Hence, proved. Dear student, please Please copy this in your CW. Thank you.